Shedeur Sanders fans demand Browns trade after latest QB move. It seems clear that Shedeur Sanders isn't seen as a starting QB for the Cleveland Browns just yet. Dillon Gabriel is taking over for Joe Flacco, and the veteran quarterback is now the backup, not Sanders. Everyone who's rooting for Sanders to be a star after his precipitous plunge in the 2025 NFL Draft now wants to see one thing: for him to get another chance elsewhere in the league. I don't foresee the Browns trading him given that there might be some potential in Deion's kid. But you never know. There could be a team or two that could stash him, develop him, and find a starter there. It happened with Baker Mayfield, right? What more does Shedeur Sanders have to prove? He should demand a trade. Matt, at MattyGrizz, October 1st, 2025. This article originally appeared on For the Win. Shedeur Sanders fans want Browns trade after Dillon Gabriel move. The Cleveland Browns have always been a franchise wrapped in chaos, hope, and quarterback controversies. From the days of Bernie Kosar to the carousel of passers in the 2000s, to the Baker Mayfield experiment, to the gamble on Deshaun Watson, the Browns' quarterback position has rarely been a source of stability. Yet this season, the storm brewing around rookie Shedeur Sanders might just be one of the most explosive yet. When the Browns made their latest quarterback move, a decision that sent ripple effects across the NFL landscape, the fanbase of Shedeur Sanders erupted. Social media was set ablaze with hashtags like #FreeShedeur, #TradeShedeur, and even bold proclamations that Cleveland was wasting a generational talent on the bench. The calls have grown so loud that, in the eyes of many, it feels less like a fan campaign and more like an organized movement. But how did we get here? Why are Sanders fans demanding a trade only a few weeks into his NFL career? And what does this mean for both the Browns' future and Shedeur's own trajectory in the league? This is the story of an NFL storm in the making. The Browns' bold QB decision. The spark that lit the fire came from the Browns' decision to elevate veteran Dillon Gabriel into the active rotation while Shedeur Sanders remained sidelined. It was a move many analysts expected. After all, Gabriel is experienced, steady, and less of a risk than a rookie learning the ropes, but for Sanders supporters, it was seen as nothing short of betrayal. Shedeur didn't come to Cleveland to be a mascot, one fan tweeted. Another posted a meme of Deion Sanders shaking his head with the caption, "Even Prime wouldn't tolerate this." The Browns have defended their choice by pointing to strategy, consistency, and the rookie's development timeline. Head coach Kevin Stefanski, when pressed by reporters, said, "Shedeur is a part of our long-term plans. We're excited about his growth. But right now, we're going with the guy who gives us the best chance to win in this moment." Those words didn't calm anyone down. If anything, they fanned the flames further. The rise of Shedeur Sanders' fanbase. To understand why this decision sparked such an uproar, you have to understand Shedeur Sanders' following. He isn't just another rookie quarterback. He's a cultural figure, the son of Deion "Primetime" Sanders, and a player who brought swagger, flash, and undeniable production to the college game at Colorado. When the Browns drafted him, fans from Colorado, Jackson State, and even casual college football watchers followed him into the NFL. They didn't just want to see him succeed, they expected it. These fans are not passive observers either. They're vocal, passionate, and unafraid to challenge NFL institutions. Much like LeBron James or Zion Williamson's early fanbases, Sanders supporters have blurred the line between athlete fandom and social movement. So when Shedeur didn't get the nod over Gabriel, they saw it as Cleveland holding him back. And they demanded action. The trade demands begin. The campaign started on X, formerly Twitter, where fans began suggesting potential trade destinations for Sanders. Some called for him to be sent to quarterback-needy franchises like the New England Patriots, the Las Vegas Raiders, or even the Minnesota Vikings. Others wanted a reunion with his father's old stomping grounds, suggesting teams like the Dallas Cowboys could use a dynamic young passer behind Dak Prescott. Reddit threads filled up with speculation. YouTube creators churned out videos titled "Top 5 Teams That Should Trade for Shedeur Sanders" and "Why Cleveland is Wasting a Superstar." TikTok was flooded with clips of Shedeur's college highlights paired with captions like, "Imagine this kid anywhere but Cleveland." The movement grew so large that even neutral NFL fans began paying attention. Suddenly, Shedeur Sanders wasn't just a Browns rookie. He was a symbol of untapped potential being shackled by franchise dysfunction. The Browns' dilemma. For Cleveland, this is a nightmare scenario. On one hand, they need stability. The AFC is loaded with elite quarterbacks, from Patrick Mahomes to Josh Allen to Lamar Jackson. The Browns can't afford to waste games on rookie mistakes if they want to stay competitive. On the other hand, Shedeur represents the future. He's marketable, exciting, and brings a level of attention to Cleveland that they haven't seen in decades. Trading him would be unthinkable, unless, of course, the noise gets so loud that the front office has no choice but to consider it. Browns GM Andrew Berry has tried to play it cool, issuing statements about patience and development. But internally, sources suggest there's a real awareness of how powerful Shedeur's fanbase has become. Some within the building reportedly fear that if things don't change soon, the team could lose control of the narrative entirely. Comparisons to NFL history. This isn't the first time a fanbase has demanded a quarterback trade. NFL history is full of similar stories. Aaron Rodgers once sat behind Brett Favre, and fans debated endlessly over whether Green Bay should unleash the younger star. Tom Brady was once an unheralded backup before Drew Bledsoe's injury gave him a shot. More recently, Trey Lance with the 49ers faced a complicated fan-driven narrative after the team chose to ride with Brock Purdy. What makes Shedeur's case unique is the cultural and generational impact. He's not just a quarterback, he's part of the Sanders brand, tied to one of the most charismatic families in sports. That brings extra pressure on the Browns, who know that every decision they make will be scrutinized under a national spotlight. The locker room impact. Inside the Browns' locker room, the dynamics are just as fascinating. Veterans like Amari Cooper and Nick Chubb are focused on winning now. They've been through enough Cleveland chaos to know that stability matters. Meanwhile, younger players reportedly gravitate toward Sanders, drawn by his confidence, his fashion sense, and his ability to command attention without even stepping on the field. One unnamed player told a local reporter, "You can feel it. He's got that thing. When Shedeur walks into the room, everybody knows it. He's not just another rookie." Balancing those dynamics, between veterans demanding stability and younger players eager for change, will test Stefanski's leadership more than any playbook ever could. The media frenzy. National media outlets have picked up the story, too. ESPN, Fox Sports, and even late-night talk shows have begun mentioning Sanders' situation. Some pundits argue that Cleveland is making the smart, safe choice.